We knew this day would come, and again, we knew this day would come, and again, we have been preparing for it.
Coming up on Eyewitness News at 11, new details about a Chattanooga priest diagnosed with Hamilton County's first case of coronavirus. Plus, the steps Catoosa County leaders are taking to prevent the spread of the virus and to keep everyone healthy.
Coverage you can count on. Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Cindy Sexton. The first case of coronavirus has been confirmed here in Hamilton County, and the patient, a Chattanooga priest. St. Paul's Episcopal Church explains on its website that Father Brad Whitaker has tested positive. He started feeling ill shortly after returning from an annual conference in Louisville, Kentucky last month. Jake Chapman joins us live right now with how the county is responding to this case. Jake?
Cindy, we know Whitaker is still under self-quarantine and has recovered from his case, according to the health department. Now, health officials say their main goal now is to prevent the virus from spreading.
We know this news is concerning to all Hamilton County residents, and we share that concern.
The news health officials say they were prepared for.
That Hamilton County has been notified of our first case of the COVID-19 virus,
bringing the total to 26 cases in Tennessee. St. Paul's Episcopal Church of Chattanooga says Father Brad Whitaker is the person who tested positive on Friday morning. They posted a statement saying Whitaker was diagnosed and treated for pneumonia shortly after a conference in Louisville, Kentucky. He later learned someone at the conference tested positive for COVID-19 and decided he should be tested as well. And now the health department is reaching out to people who may have been exposed to him.
When we determine that someone is a close contact, they will be placed into quarantine for 14 days. We'll be asking them to take their temperature twice a day and notify us if they develop any illness.
St. Paul's has already begun taking steps to keep its congregation safe. Sunday worship and other gatherings have been suspended for at least 2 weeks, and the church will sanitize daily. Health officials encourage the public to continue to follow proper sanitation protocol.
Because together, these combined efforts will help protect our community.
But there's a lot of unknown. I mean, we're in uncharted territory, obviously. So we're going to still continue to learn. But most importantly, we want to keep the public informed.
Stand by. We do know 2 other people who recently came back from Italy are now being tested for the virus. So far, they have shown no symptoms. Another man here in Hamilton County is also under quarantine. Officials are encouraging people who are experiencing these symptoms to reach out to their healthcare provider and get tested if need be. I reached out to Whitaker to see how he was doing. I've yet to hear back. Live in Chattanooga, Jake Chapman, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Chattanooga Mayor Andy Burke declared a state of emergency for the city today to stop the spread. He suspended all public access and activities at youth and family development centers, libraries, and the Eastgate Senior Center. He also halted public events at the Tivoli, Memorial Auditorium, and Finley Stadium. Tomorrow morning, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp is expected to declare a public health emergency just days after he announced the state's first coronavirus death. Now, Catoosa County leaders are taking extra steps to keep their residents safe, and Mary Frances Hoot spent the day in Catoosa County and joins us with details of some of their plans. Mary Frances.
Well, Cindy, first off, right now there are no confirmed coronavirus cases in Catoosa County. Officials say they are taking extra precautionary measures and are postponing all recreational activities in the county until April 6th.
We feel it's very important that we don't encourage large groups to get together. We keep a little distance between everybody.
Stephen Henry, chairman of the Catoosa County Commission, says he's doing his best to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Catoosa County government will continue to serve the residents as best as possible. All services will be up and running as of now.
Places the commission has closed include the Senior Center until March 27th, but meal packages will be provided for seniors. The sheriff's office is taking extra measures to ensure the safety of older residents.
If you're a senior in Catoosa County and would like to receive a phone call every day, you can sign up with the sheriff's office and we'll call and check on you.
The county is also working with contractors this weekend to clean and disinfect their buildings to keep operations going. And they're still planning for the primary election on March 24th.
As of today, voting continues as scheduled.
The courthouse is open. However, jury duty the next 2 weeks is postponed.
The chief judge has issued a state of emergency for the Superior Court. That then gives a stay for a number of issues that may be going on.
And like so many other systems, Catoosa County schools are canceling class the next 2 weeks and will return after spring break on April 6th.
All students have a digital device at home, and digital learning will begin on Monday. Their lessons are posted on their teacher's Google Classroom.
The school system is also providing meal services at any of the high schools in the county, and the dates and times to get those meals are listed right there on your screen, as well as the number to call if you need it delivered. And for any more information on what is closed and what's not, you can find links to Catoosa's websites inside this story in our app. For now, live in the studio, Mary Frances Hoots, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Mary Frances. All public schools in Alabama will close at the end of the school day Wednesday and remain closed until April 6th. Several local schools are closing as well. Bradley County and Cleveland City schools will be closed next week. Hamilton County will be closed for the next 2 weeks. Walker County, Catoosa County, as you just heard from Mary Frances, and Chickamauga City schools will all be closed until April 6th. Find a full list of closings inside our app. The YMCA of Metropolitan Chattanooga is stepping up to help parents of children who rely on free breakfast and lunch at school. Starting Tuesday, nearly 70 sites, mostly area schools, will serve meals for those in need. Most of the locations will distribute lunch from 11 until 1. Others will even serve breakfast. The YMCA is also asking for any volunteers to help pack the meals for the students. And as we mentioned, those are a lot of locations. We'll post a link to that information on our website. And you may want to reevaluate your weekend plans. Several Chattanooga attractions will be closed amid coronavirus fears. Rock City Gardens, the Tennessee Aquarium, and IMAX Theater will all close for the next 2 weeks, starting tomorrow. The aquarium's president, Keith Sanford, says they will use this time to disinfect all aquarium buildings. If you already bought a ticket, you can get a refund or use the ticket at a later date. If you're still planning to get out this weekend, well, we think you might need an umbrella. We are expecting showers, off and on all weekend, Paul?
Pretty much, Cindy. That's how it's going to be. Tonight, though, it looks dry. We're going to have a dry night tonight. It's lots of clouds. We're going to see occasional showers coming up on Saturday. I think Saturday, the first half of the day, is best chance for the rain. And then later on into the latter part of into Saturday night and maybe Sunday, we'll see some more showers start to develop. We'll take a look at the Vipercast in just a second. I want to show you where the rain is right now. Well, it looks like a few sprinkles over the valley. That's really just not hitting the ground. The atmosphere is a little too dry. But there are showers out over Arkansas, and that's going to gradually push our way. And boy, is there a big snowstorm out in the Great Plains. It's coming down really heavy. Winter storm warnings out there and sleet, and then severe weather still in parts of West Texas. At least they're seeing some funnel clouds. They haven't had any touchdown reports yet. Well, we're looking at our clouds very thick across the Tennessee Valley, and it's going to stay that way for the weekend. You can see Vipercast, lots of clouds, and 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, you'll see some more showers move on by, so the ground to be wet again. Even at 5 o'clock, a few sprinkles left over, although most of the rain will be off to the north. And then coming up Saturday night, another round of showers moves on by. This is around 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then it drops down to the south, so into Sunday morning, could see some rain and maybe a sprinkle or two during the day on Sunday. As far as rainfall goes, it looks like we could see up to an inch in spots, maybe 3/4 of an inch over the next 2.5 days. The 7-day forecast will be up soon. Take a peek at next week, too.
All right, Paul, thank you. Next at 11.
They have personalities. They are, they're not just these evil creatures because they're different.
Why Chattanooga Zoo workers say the recent births of their baby Komodo dragons are a miracle. We all know what the phrase "the birds and the bees" means. Well, now you get to tell your kids about the Komodo dragons. Zoos across the country use breeding programs for animal conservation. At the Chattanooga Zoo, a DNA test proves there's more than one way to make a baby.
Conventional biology tells us you need both a male and a female to make a baby, but sometimes life finds a way, and that is where these guys come in.
They're basically dinosaurs.
Close to dinosaurs, just a few million years off. Komodo dragons are the largest lizards on the planet. At the Chattanooga Zoo, they fall under the care and keeping of Max DeGroot.
We don't want to see something like this disappear in the wild. We want our children and our grandchildren to be able to see these.
How do you keep a species alive? Mostly through breeding programs. When the zoo's female Komodo dragon, Charlie, had babies in August, her keepers had a hunch they were special.
We wanted to get the DNA test right away.
The hunch was right. The babies were born through a process called parthenogenesis. It basically means that Charlie made them without mating.
She's never had babies before. I don't even know if she knows that she has babies right now.
It's really uncommon. Only a few zoos have parthenogenic babies. But in the wild, it can help save a species at risk.
It's not great in terms of genetic diversity, but in a very dire situation, it would be helpful.
As Jasper, Flint, and Onyx grow up, they'll show people a different side of this modern-day dinosaur.
They have personalities. They are, they're not just these evil creatures because they're different.
And prove through their weird and wacky birth that since the dawn of time,
life finds a way.
Reporting in Chattanooga, Grace McKenna, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And if you'd like to check out the Komodo dragons for yourself, the Chattanooga Zoo is open daily from 9 to 5 at Warner Park. At last check, they were to be open this weekend. You may want to call before you go. We'll be right back with more. House Democrats have struck a deal with the White House on a coronavirus package. The measure includes funding for free testing, increased support for food stamps and unemployment insurance. Another new development, President Trump today says Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and MSC cruise lines have agreed to suspend cruises for 30 days starting at midnight tonight. As part of his national emergency declaration, the president has also called on every hospital to activate its emergency preparedness plan. But experts warn the nation's medical system may not be ready for this.
On the front lines of a pandemic that promises to only get worse, America's hospitals are already straining. In hard-hit Washington state, Providence Regional Medical Center Everett has seen double-digit cases of coronavirus. The medical director worries about what's coming.
What do we do if we have a limited number of ventilators and more patients than ventilators available? What do we do if we have more patients than beds available?
Nationwide, the U.S. has just 46,000 ICU beds, but a report suggests at least 200,000 people could need ICU care, perhaps many more. Hospitals have 160,000 respirators on hand, but a pandemic like 1918 could require more than 742,000. Already, hospitals are reporting shortages of masks and protective clothing. The country's EMS system is also bracing for a surge in coronavirus calls. There are 21,000 EMS systems in the country. 60% of their calls are basic first aid. But when a patient is struggling to breathe, it becomes a priority.
Dispatcher is telling us that this patient does have a cough and does have a fever.
Every Montgomery County, Maryland fire unit now carries an infectious disease bag with masks and face shields. The department is still waiting on 5,000 professional N95 masks it ordered in January. To conserve, firefighters were today told they should use the same mask all shift.
Take them off, place them in a paper bag, reuse them for the next person during their shift.
In Korea and Italy, the military has been called in to disinfect homes and check cars. An emergency move with a global healthcare system under stress. Tom Costello, NBC News, Rockville, Maryland.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee is urging everyone to avoid big crowds for the next few weeks. He says churches and other places of worship should consider live streaming or pre-recording services. He also recommends any gatherings with 250 or more attendees be canceled. Alabama health officials have confirmed the state's second coronavirus case. The first patient, an employee at Maxwell Air Force Base, was announced this morning, and that person had recently traveled to Illinois. Just hours later, Alabama officials confirmed a second, a man from Jefferson County. That's in Birmingham. The state health department says they are monitoring 3 other potential cases as well. So far, there are more than 145,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the world. Well, there is some bright news in all of this. Right now, nearly 50% of all people with the virus have recovered. Channel 3 is committed to reporting facts and not provoking fear about the virus. You can stay up to date inside the WRCB app under the coronavirus tab. Looks like the rain is going to stick around this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Paul Barris joins us now in the Storm Alert Center. Yeah, we've been complaining a lot, haven't we, Paul?
Well, everything's closed anyway. So okay. That's right. Go out and play in the rain, folks. All right. We got showers coming in for tomorrow. This is Saturday morning, just some light rain showers. The heaviest rain is going to be north and west of us. This is Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. Still a chance for rain showers moving on by. And then coming up on Sunday morning, probably a better bet for some showers moving through. And that'll probably start ending into Sunday afternoon as this whole thing drops slowly down towards the south. But off and on, it's not going to be all day rain, but off and on we are going to see showers moving through Saturday night, and right into Sunday. Right now, there's not that much out there. Everything around us right now is just aloft. It's just not hitting the ground. It's too dry. Most of the rain's out in Arkansas. Real big snowstorm out in the Great Plains. Winter storm warnings. 4 to 7 inches of snow is going to fall out there. Severe weather has been building up in West Texas. We've had reports of some damage with gusty winds and stuff, but no tornadoes yet. We're looking at, again, the big cluster of storms. See that yellow and red? Those are the tops of big thunderstorms in Arkansas. Most of that should stay north of us, and that's where the heaviest rain is going to be. Currently, it's 59 in the city, Cleveland 55, Dalton 60, Murphy's at about 51. Winds are lighting out of the north. Pollen count was up again today. If you don't get any rain, that pollen count will remain high again for tomorrow, and that's all tree pollen. 69, 63 for the high and the low, about 2/10 of an inch of rain fell at the airport, and we had a little bit of rain south of the city, about 1/4 to 1/3 in spots. Most south of the city was Scottsboro at 4/10. Cleveland had about 3/10. Now Mowbray Mountain had 4/10, and so did Lookout Mountain and Trenton, otherwise 2 to 3/10 of an inch. And then off to the north, a little more rain. 10 Mile had 7/10. So did Cagle Mountain. Altamont was the winner, though, at about an inch. Dayton and Pikeville, 6/10, 5/10 out near Riceville. Athens had 6/10 too, and then Turtletown had about 4 and 3/10 out near Murphy, 4/10 in Jasper also. So until the morning, this around 10 o'clock, that's when the heaviest rain starts to move in for tomorrow. So the morning, it's not morning rush, but it's morning, on Saturday morning, and it's going to be raining. When you get your cup of coffee, you're going to take it easy for the day. By 6 o'clock, just a few sprinkles coming up, and through the overnight, this is around midnight, some more showers start to spread in, and some that could be thunder too and lightning. And then 8 o'clock Sunday morning, still some showers, and then drifting down towards the south and to the east. And then through the rest of Sunday, just a sprinkle or two. Doesn't look like that much as we get right into Monday morning. Doesn't start off very wet. But if you add everything up, we could get at least a ½ inch to at least an inch of rain across the Tennessee Valley. So looks like it's coming. And for tonight, it should be about 51. Forgot to put that number back in there. Cloudy skies, about low 50s. 65 tomorrow with some showers, northeasterly winds. And then tomorrow night, 53. with some showers again popping up, and the Channel 3 Storm Alert 7-day forecast is going to have high temperatures. It'll be coming up in a second. It just, it's taking this weekend break already. 65 again for tomorrow, and then we're looking at 63 on Sunday, and about a 60% chance for that rain. Monday, about a 40% chance. Tuesday looks like a dry day, but still a little bit of rain. And Wednesday, good chance. Thursday, good chance. Friday, a good chance. Maybe even some thunderstorms coming up on Friday. Lows in the 50s though, so it's not that bad as far as temperatures go. So it's not. I wouldn't call it a warm rain.
Yeah.
It's not like Florida,
No.
but it's
It's
not too bad. It's not like it was back in February and January.
All right. We just want to see the sun.
You got to smile, folks.
Thank you, Paul.